Hello and welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, but I finally have something to talk about, and that's the fact that I haven't read anything to talk about. I've got the comic book pull list. It's chaotic to say the least. I'm here to talk about it. Let's get stuck into it. And let's start with the positive. It's good to be positive. Have the pull list. It's it's like your own little section of the comic book store. The issues that you want, they're pulled and they're waiting for you to arrive to pick them up. There's no stress about missing key issues or limited print runs or whatever. You get your advance orders through, you pick what you want, you tell your bookshop you want them, put them in my box, and I'll get them. And it's great, like I say, if there happens to be a hot book that week that all of a sudden quadruples in price, and you look at the scalpers on eBay and they're making their money being scalpers, and all you do is you want the book to read, and you can't get it. If you have a pull list, it's there, and usually a cover price, depends on the store. You're supporting your local store, you're getting the books you want, and it does feel really good when you go into the store, you pick up your books, you get a little paper brown bag or whatever how your store does it, and you walk out the store with your goods. It's that what's that? Is it dopamine? Dopamine? Whatever. The hit you get when you've bought something, you feel a little excited. It's great. But here's the thing. And here's where I find myself. A bit of a reading slump. I haven't really read anything at all. Whether it be a novel, an omnibus, trade paperback, even a single issue comic. I'm so far behind on all the books that I've signed up for and subscribed to. Next thing, you miss one or two. Next thing, you've got 10 issues behind of a series. And where I'm finding myself when I do try and catch up, I'm reading thinking, is this it? This is rubbish. And I paid all this money for these comic books that are rubbish. Had I been up to date, had I read them in the week they came out, I could have easily said, no, that's not for me. Get rid of it. And I didn't. And I spent a shit ton of money on books that I didn't need to. Don't get me wrong, pull lists are still a comic reader's best friend, but they're not set it and forget it. You need to check in with yourself. If it's a series you're not enjoying or you're drowning in unread books, it should be okay to pause or drop a book and maybe revisit it later on in the trade paperback, and you're not wasting your money and getting yourself overwhelmed on comic books because they're just coloured pieces of paper. So this is the sorry state of affairs that is my comic book pull list. It's so chaotic, such a disaster. It's quite embarrassing, to be brutally honest. I mean, I have the first 6 issues, I think. Issue 1's in there somewhere. The Amazing Spider-Man run, the new run. About 5 or 6 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. Probably the same again for Absolute Superman, which has been fantastic. The first 2 were, I haven't read it. Batman, I need to finish off Chip Zdarsky's run and start the new Jim Lee run. Haven't read a single issue of Tom Taylor's Detective Comics. I've got a random Venom Separation Anxiety mini-series. I read the first one of that. It must have been about a year ago. Daredevil, I've got 11 issues. I think we're up to 22. Got loads of Transformers and a few other indies. And just to give a bit of context, here are some prints. What would you call them? Ash cans, mini prints, mini single issues. And they got from Kevin Wells at Thought Bubble last November 2024. And they've just sat here to be read. That's all my trade paperbacks, by the way. That's a video for another day. The aim is to read all these and get rid of them because I don't want soft covers. Just going to stick to the old hard covers. Now, I am recording this on Tuesday the 24th of June. I've actually tried to record this video about 4 times over the last 2 or 3 weeks, but I just get bogged down and with work and stuff. But I'm just going to do it. And this is what you're getting. Like it or lump it. But don't lump it. Please like and subscribe to my videos. Anyway, I have a plan. You've seen the pull list, you've seen the books outstanding. What I didn't count was actually this pile of books here as well. Ones that I actually have just read very recently, but they were in that pile there, and I had this plan in place, so whatever. Let's see, the month of July, I don't actually have that much coming out on new releases. There are plenty of books I would like to read digitally, not just have the physical issues, so bear with me, I'm playing the book here. So here's my plan. So for New Comic Book Day, 25th of June, or June 25th for the Americans, I only have Ultimate Spider-Man and Assorted Crisis Defense number 4. Ultimate Spider-Man, I think, is number 18. Yes. Now, that's the one I'm not caught up with. I also have Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Martian Manhunter, and a new one called News of the Fallout, which is the number 1. So I have no backlog to read for it, which is amazing. But, so there's 3 books at least I could read from the start, but I want to read Ultimate Spider-Man. So the plan is, for tomorrow, well, tonight, catch up on those Ultimate Spider-Man issues. New Comic Book Day comes along. And Assorted Crisis Defense, which is only 2 issues, issue 2 and 3. Read them tonight. New Comic Book Day tomorrow, and I'll have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books to read, because there's a few I want to read digitally. The New History of DC, I'll check that out. The Thing, VR Troopers number 1's coming out. And Biker Mice from Mars, just to try it. If I like them, I'll add them to the pull list, but I want to try them first. But yeah, like, if I can do this tonight, read them, that's this week sorted, because ideally what I want to do, just like I saw, I'm sure, is New Comic Book Day comes and goes, but I want to be able to read the books that week, so I'm not always behind. So that's the plan for this week. Next week, New Comic Book Day, July 2nd. I need to catch up on Absolute Superman, Amazing Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Arcbound. I think about 3 issues behind an Arcbound. Did I say 6 there in Absolute Superman? 11 or so in Daredevil, and 6 on Spider-Man. But I've got a week to read them. So, again, next week, I'll be able to read the new books coming out. And I've caught up. We're already 2 weeks. Excellent. The big one would be, for me, is the 9th of July, because I'm so far behind on Transformers. That's the only book that I'm getting physically, that week. There is Farmhand, Radiant Black, and Magic Orders finishing that week, but I'm way behind on them. That I actually plan on one holiday at the end of July. I'm actually planning on reading them on my Holly Pops, and that way those series could be wiped off as well. I can't wait. Then following that, I have Detective Comics for the 16th of July and Batman on the 23rd of July. So ultimately, I could read all these now, get caught up by the end of the month. But the aim is from then onwards to keep on top of it and to keep reading the books every week. Because that way, like I've said here, there's 5 books here I want to read. News of the Fallout, New History of DC, The Thing number 2, VR Troopers, and Biker Mice from Mars. They're not on the pull list, but I can read them online because I have time, because I'm not so far behind on my pull list. That is the plan. There's going to be new books every week. I want to check it out, but I just don't, because I'm paying money on these other books that I might not even like. So we're only a few minutes recording this, 1 or 2 few little cuts and takes. I'll speak about some of the books I have read to already start to catch up on the old pull list. The first book then is issue 0 of Planet Death, and it's by the publisher Bad Idea. Do you recall, it must be 5 years ago now, that Bad Idea tried to launch themselves as a new up-and-coming publisher, but it was a weird thing. You only get it in certain stores. In the UK, for example, I think it was only Forbidden Planet International, maybe, only got the rights to these books. And listen, it obviously flunked. It didn't do well because you're like limiting your audience. Now they're trying to relaunch themselves. This is like a Space Marine book. It's issue 0. I believe it's the same team from John Wick. Somebody told me. I actually haven't verified that, to be honest. But this book, the paper quality was like the old kind of matte newspaper, rough paper books. It it was about Space Marines. But I'll be honest with you, it was, I can't remember, but it was enough that I liked it, that I'm intrigued enough by it. I've added it to the pull list. So issue 1's coming out in a number of weeks, and we'll check that out. Exquisite Corpses, number 1. This was a big book. This has come from James Tynion, or Tynion. This is a book where there's these like families that basically run the country, and every 5 years they like have like they have their champion, and they fight and kill each other, and whoever wins is like the family that has the ultimate power for the next 5 years until they go again. And there's like, I know, quite a lot of families, and they assign, equip, or whatever this guy, their champion, and they're all crazy and chaotic. They're all different characters. It's like watching wrestling in a way, but like they're fighting to the death, and it's great and it's gruesome. The sheriff of this little small town has taken the money and fled. He wants nothing to do with it. He's turned a blind eye. They're in this little small town as their kind of battleground, so to speak. Their war zone. Issue 1 was fantastic. Issue 2 I think is due next week, I think. So yeah, looking forward to that. Added to the pull list straight away. It was fantastic. Blood and Thunder, number 1. Jonathan Kirkman? Is it Jonathan Kirkman? Somebody, Robert Kirkman? Kirkman, the guy who done Walking Dead and Invincible. Robert Kirkman, I'm pretty certain. He's overseeing this somehow. He's not the writer. The writer is someone called Sereno, and art by Sue. It's fun. It's really good, really strong issue. This, to be honest, as a launch. I read the preview of this. I think, was it in Battle Beast number 1? I think it was in that preview at the back, and this girl here called she's a blood, yeah. She's a bounty hunter. She works for like she doesn't work for the police force, but she obviously works alongside the police force to kind of get these crooks. People have escaped prison. She's chasing them down, but the society's like, there's like different levels of class. You know, the upper class, and then you go down to like the dungeons and the flipping gallows, whatever. And her gun is like AI and talks to her, and she assigns, listen, shoot this guy with this bullet, blow this thing up with that. And the gun's like, no love, that's too strong. You don't want to kill the guy, you want to bring him in. And it's great. You kind of get teased about her kind of parentage in terms of her father's involved somehow. What's happened? Is there, what's going on with them? There's a bit of a backstory there. Really fun, really good art. Really enjoyed it. Added to the pull list straight away. Blood and Thunder number 1. The Absolute books have been fantastic. I picked up Absolute Green Lantern number 1. That's how far behind I am, because I think issue 4 is out. I'm not going to carry on with this series. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't the same level as the other stuff. What happened in this? Yeah, so Hal Jordan? Where's the Guy Gardner? I'm terrible. I'm terrible with details. He basically runs away from where he lives, and he goes into this diner, and he's all shell-shocked and distraught. Something happened, and you find out the little town he lived in, something happened, people died, this big Green Lantern block thing killed people somehow. It wasn't as bad as people make it out to be. I'm not selling it here, I know this, but I thought it was okay, but it's not worth me continuing on. This is why, if you're up to date in your pull list, you grab a book, it wasn't for me, you scrap it, we're done. Another one we're done with is Absolute Flash number 2. Again, it's not bad, it's just not as good as the other stuff. I think it was Pete or Fuzzy Dunlop. I think they said they got through this issue in like 30 seconds. Or, well, that's an over embellishment. But you get my gist. You go through this so quick, and it is. We're at the point now where something's happened. Wally West has fled. Barry Allen is dead. I'm a poet and didn't even know it. And they're getting hunted down by these guys, who I can't remember who they are now. Captain Cold or something. But it's not, again, that's bad. It's okay. The art's cool. It's trippy, wee bit. When he does the whole big Speed Force thing, it looks really good. Just it's not what I thought it was going to be brutally honest. One thing that did surprise me, and I added this on to my pull list after I missed the first few weeks, because I wasn't intended in picking this up, and then someone goes, hey, it's really good, grab it. And that's Martian Manhunter. I read the first 3 issues. John Johns is human. He's not a Martian, but he's like possessed. He's not even possessed by I don't know. He hears voices in his head, and it's like directing him of like how to solve crimes and telling him to go places, and he's seeing things with his mind, and it's just like, yeah, it's just so intriguing. The art's really trippy, but in a good way. Like, I keep saying trippy, I think I've said it a few times, but it's gorgeous. Still, Denise Camp, who is doing the Ultimates, is doing Assorted Crisis Offense. Seems to be the name of 2025 so far. With art by Javier Rodriguez. I think this is a 12-issue mini, so I'm happy to sign up to it on my pull list. I'm going to read it every week, but get all 12 and have that complete maxi series. Wonder Woman, absolute Wonder Woman to be exact, continues to be fantastic. I've read issues 6, 7, 8. Again, another book I'm now up to date with, so I can read the new one when it comes out tomorrow. She kind of confronts, oh no, what god? Hades, I think. And they obviously have a battle. It's almost like Thor versus Hulk in Ragnarok, where like they're in an arena, they battle to the death, and if she wins, she gets to leave hell, and that's what she wants to do because she loves humanity. She wants to save humanity, and it's great because you hear that bit more of the kind of lore of her mum raising her in the depths of hell, and you know, they're witches and they're fantastic, and it's wonderful storytelling. The artist had changed for these 2 issues, 6 and 7. Never heard of this person, D. Eulis. What's actually, the art was lovely in these 2 issues. People say the Head and Sherman main artist isn't as good as this, but I love this artwork on the main run. I think it suits it. I think it's yeah, it's really, really good. Absolute Wonder Woman's probably been the best of the absolute stuff so far. Batman's really good. Martian Manhunter's really good. But Wonder Woman, for me, continues to be the standout. 2 more titles, but I'll end on a high and leave that to the end. Amazing Spider-Man 67 to 70. This concludes the 8 deaths of Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, and I can't say no to reading the book. Sometimes you're just not going to enjoy it, and I didn't overly enjoy this. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. It was like Spider-Man had these powers that were given to him by Doom and Doctor Strange, and these little regenerative reeds, flowers, plants, whatever, and he had to fight these people off, children of some god. I'm not selling it to you because it's rubbish. Do not buy this. When it comes out in trade, actually you should, because you need to keep it alive. But I'm glad it's been rebooted. I haven't read any of it yet, but this was quite difficult to get through because I wasn't overly enjoying it. But this is one I wouldn't actually drop. I think I'm a lifer for Amazing Spider-Man. Probably one of the best books that Marvel are putting out there. It's a 3-issue mini. We've got the first 2 issues, and it's Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell. It is written by Charles Soule with art by Steve McNiven. It's kind of like an older, not like decrepit, it's an older Matt Murdock. No longer has his kind of powers, doesn't have his sonar, doesn't have all that kind of stuff. A few things happen, a bit of an Norman accident, something reinstates or rejuvenates. He basically gets his powers back, but it's limited. He knows it's running out. It's like he can feel it weakening straight away, and he has a few crimes to sort out, a few things to do, and it's fantastic. And it's like Daredevil kind of with the Dark Knight Returns vibe. It's an older hero with one last mission to mean something. But yeah, honestly, this is really good, really worth it. Party at the single issues now. If you had a pull list, you would have it. So wait for the trade, wait for a hardcover. It will come, I'm sure, at some point. But yeah, Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell. So there we go. There's a video. There's some books I read recently. That's my pull list. As chaotic as it is, I have a few other videos planned, guys. Can you imagine that? Unreal. And hopefully get back in the regular weekly scheduled reading and recording, all for your viewing pleasure. Thanks for letting me occupy your TV, your phone, your screen, whatever it's been, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later. Bye.